Hello, and welcome to another video. This is the last of the Brickslopes 2024 mock updates, and the first of the Brickslopes 2025 mock update. Essentially, I was going to do another little video showing off this mock. And it was going to have like some dialogue from the Andor show over it, and I thought it would be pretty neat. And if I can find old footage, then like I might put that together. I got some footage at Brickslopes, but the like SD card got corrupted, and so I don't have any of that footage. And at this point, I think it's too much of a like laborsome process for me to try and put it all back together. It's still mostly together. I mean, you can see over there, Tower 1 fell apart, but like for the most part, it's together. And so I guess I'll consider possibly putting it all back together just to shoot that video. But what I really wanted to talk about was just sort of where this is at and what my plans are for next year. Because I've been thinking about it for a while. And I guess before I go over that, I should mention these little tokens of appreciation. So there you go. That's a pretty good view of, I just got those little 3 tokens of appreciation on my mock. I like showing those off every year because that's a really cool thing about Brickslopes that I really like, is that by the end you'll end up getting like just a few little things from different people, and so that was really neat. And then you've got my mock card there. But yeah. So let's see. The cool mock is from at Cellulus Studios. CELLUS. And then the little 1 or 2x2 is from at Amish Ace. It's spelled how you would think. But I don't know where the little Brickslopes trophy came from. I don't know if that was the event organizers or if someone just made a whole bunch of those and handed them out, because I saw them on other mocks, but I don't. No one ever gave like an explanation, but it's a neat little thing to have. But yeah, so essentially now I guess let's just go over where we started from, because now we can see where it's at. But we started around this time last year with this little mini model of Aldani. And I may keep these mini models around actually, just to remind me of my mocks through the year. Could be because obviously I think Aldani, as much as I love this mock, it is way too big for me to keep around. I do not have the storage space to keep it around and build another mock. So it's going to come down, and then I'll end up building another mock. And so speaking of that, I have thought about what I want to do next year, and I've already put together a little mini model. And this one I spent a little bit more time on because I didn't quite realize last year when I made the mini model how much I would actually be referencing it. for size and proportion. Um, and so I decided on this one to put it together with size and proportion in mind. And so you can see I've got some figures on there just because they're different little figures that I might, or that are like reference figures for different types of characters that I want to include in the MOC. And you may be wondering, why do I have Space Police 3 aliens on there? And that's because I wanted to still, I really want to show my appreciation for Andor. And obviously, hopefully, fingers crossed, by the time next Brickslopes rolls around, Season 2 will be out. And hopefully that will be really good. But so I wanted to do something to show my appreciation of Andor still, and I wanted to essentially have something that would be more creatively free, and so I chose to go with an attack on the Dizonites. And in canon, we don't know what the Dizonites look like yet. I think in a book, because I think a large part of the information that we have comes from a book, but like they're described as semi-aquatic people, and that like apparently the Empire, during their trying to build their refueling station, they ended up destroying a Dizonite temple, and then the proper massacre on the Dizonites occurs when they use, I think they're called arc pulse reactors. They're a modified version of the weapon that Sabine makes in Rebels. And so they like drop those in the ocean and it kills all the Dizonites. So that's kind of lame to me. I don't really like the arc pulse reactor as a weapon. But I thought I could do just sort of a like Imperial attack on the Dizonites, or the Empire trying to defend their little refueling station. And so I thought that would be kind of neat. And so this one is going to be the same size as the Aldani MOC. However, it will not have a roof because that was pain the last time that I did that. And so basically, you can kind of see here on the bottom of this mini model that these every 6 studs represents a section of the MOC, and you can see on the old Aldani MOC where each section comes apart. And so basically with this one I've chosen, and we'll see how it'll work. In some parts I think it'll be harder, in some ways I think it'll be easier. But so basically I've decided to split it into 3 main sections across all 4 sections. So the 2 middle sections will have water on them, because I wanted to show kind of the ocean like going in. I also think I might try and do my like oil spill idea, that if you've seen my dots haul, you know that's something that I've been wanting to do for a while. I might try to accomplish that in the water, but I also want to use, because I have quite a few of these, I believe they're Shadow Troopers from The Force Unleashed, and I haven't played that game, and I know that like they're supposed to be specialized in like hunting down like Jedi and stuff. But I really like their design. Gunmetal Gray is just a really cool color to me in the Lego palette. Um, and so I thought that I'd try and make like the dirt and stuff around the water, so like the beaches, all in dark gray, so that it looks more like they're trying to be like camouflage troopers. Um, and I'd love to have them like walking in the water around there. And so then on this side, we'll have the Imperial Refueling Station, which I've already got a bunch of those new Ice Planet helmets. I put those on a regular Stormtrooper body and gave it some orange arms, and so they'll be fuel specialist troopers. Um, just because I thought that would be a kind of neat inclusion, and I don't know, ever since I saw that new Ice Planet helmet, I was like, oh, Stormtrooper. That looks like it could be a specialized Stormtrooper helmet. Um, and then, uh, you'll have the refueling station, which I kind of want to have overhang, like out above the water and stuff. Do some sort of a tower on here. Um, I'm not quite sure how big I want it, because again, I don't really want to build a roof. I'm fine with building a top to the little, because this will be a hangar bay inside of here, which I want to do some big like window on the side so that you can see in from both the side and the rear. It'll be quite similar to the hangar bay at the Aldani MOC, except for it won't have this large opening on this side. That will be more towards the rear, and it won't be quite as large because I think I'll only be using it for. I'll probably incorporate some of the TIE fighters from the Aldani MOC and just have those in the hangar. And then possibly I want to make a troop transport, and then I think a TIE bomber would be a fun one to try and make in the style of my TIE fighters. Try and modify the new TIE bomber set even more than I did in my review to make it look really good. And then just have that out like flying above. And then over on this section, I want that to be a Dizonite temple. And so for the Dizonites, I'm going to use the Space Police alien. I really like that mold for that head. It's so cool to me. I really love that it is just like stuff plastered on top of the regular Lego head, and then the mouth goes all the way through to the neck. That's really cool to me. But so I want to use those. I'm thinking that I'm gonna give them all stud shooters like that to come off as a more primitive weapon in the Star Wars universe. But I want to do their like big temple, but in ruins, and that'll all be in tan because I have a lot of these tan masonry bricks. And then you can't really see it from here, but inside there I've got some of the purple or trans purple with glitter 1x1 bricks, and I've got quite a few of those, so I wanted to try and use those to make like a crystal cave, and so try and imply that maybe there's something else other than fuel that the Empire wants with Dizon Frey. And so I thought that would be really cool. And then in the middle, I guess I should talk about It'll be in the middle, but also along the back of all this, I want to do like big mountain ranges. And I think the middle section will be the most defined because of the fact that you can see it. That's also another thing that I want to be really conscious about with this MOC, that I ended up learning from Aldani, is that there are a lot of spots in Aldani where I put a lot of detail, but it just couldn't be seen because of how like we see things. And so I want to be a bit more cautious of that, or conscious of that, with this MOC. Um, so I think that'll be cool. I also kind of want to leave a little gap between the sky backdrop, which I still want to do, because I do really like that with Aldani. I think it makes it look really finished. And so I want to do the sky backdrop, but I think I might leave a gap between the mountain and the backdrop. Maybe just have some bricks connecting them, but then I can wrap some lights around the bricks in that gap, so that like during dark hours, or maybe even in the day, depending on how I do it, you can turn those on and it'll give the illusion of either like sunset or sunrise. I think that could be really cool. But obviously I'm going to want to add lights into the crystal cave and the hangar bay, just to make sure that people can see those. And so I think I can do all that pretty well, but I guess we'll just have to find out. So yeah, I guess let me know what you guys think in the comments, but I'm looking forward to getting started on my Dyson Frey MOC. I know it's not a thing that anyone will really recognize, but I think it'll be good for me to be able to use a lot more creative liberty. That way I can use a lot more of the parts that I have, rather than trying to like get a whole bunch of bricks that I don't have. And so yeah. Alright, that's the video, I guess. Bye bye.